Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In here, I will presentation about improving student speaking skill through animation movie at 6th grade elementary school to Ujung Batu, Kabupaten Rokan Hulu, Provinsi Riau. Okay, next. Background of the problem. English is an important subject to be learned because most information and technology use English. As an international language, English is an asset for communicating with people all over the world. Well, some people cannot use English yet, as Indonesia people cannot speak using English. Indonesia is one of the countries that has low English language, especially in the field of education. This case is due to a lack of student vocabulary, pronunciation, and structure. Most of them still often communicate in English in Indonesia. This can be a big problem for teachers. Media is also a problem found in this case. Media is also one of the important things that teachers use in teaching. Lack of pronunciation is a factor that makes students unable to speak English well. For example, complication they want to say the C, like C. This problem is found at the last level of elementary school. The problem is also found in media used by teachers. Most teachers use monotonous media such as Blackboard, and some teachers only use picture in book, textbook. Okay, next. Okay, it means that speaking is a process for someone to share their ideas or information. Next, element of speaking skill. In this research, the term speaking will be used to refer to skill related to language, teaching, and learning. There are several elements of speaking skill. The first, accuracy. Accuracy, according to Richard in IU 2007, accuracy involves the ability to produce grammatically correct sentence. In other words, accuracy in language only accuracy in grammatical. B. Grammar. Grammar students use the correct word order, tense agreement, etc. Students do not leave difficult articles, preposition, or tenses. Next, vocabulary. Vocabulary students have a range of vocabulary that match the syllabus, your list, and use the word you have taught. Next, pronunciation. Pronunciation students speak and most people understand. Even broader than that, Lim Liao 2009 defines accuracy as the ability to use correct forms in which speech. Next, smoothness. Smoothness is also used as a criterion for measuring one's speaking competence. Teaching speaking. According to Nunain and Putri 2013, teaching speak while talking considering as a simple process. Teach you talk by asking students to repeat stage and reading textbook in. So, Nunan 2003 have 5 principles for teaching speaking. Okay, the first, the teacher must realize the difference between a second language and a foreign language in the context of learning. Next, the second, the teacher must provide exercise to students with smoothness and accuracy. So, next, the teacher must provide exercise to students with smoothness and accuracy. The teacher also provide opportunities for students to talk using work groups or couples who work and are talking to the teacher. The teacher must make a planned speaking assignment that discuss negotiation for meaning and design a coordinated classroom to make it easier for students to talk. Here are also some suggestions for English teacher while teaching spoken language. A. Provide maximum opportunity for students to speak the target language by providing a rich collaboration environment, work, material, and audition types, and sharing knowledge. B. Try to involve each student in every conversation. For this purpose, practice and various ways of student participation. C. Reduce teachers' talk time in class when encourage student speaking time. Back often observe student. D. Show sign of positive communication commenting a student's response. 5. Ask questions that raise questions like what do you mean, how do you reach your conclusion, to ask the student to talk more. 6. Give feedback as you very good presentation, that's a good job, a strong support you preparing material and using efficient. 7. Don't correct student pronunciation mistake very often when they talk. Students are not allowed to distract student his speech. 8. Involve speaking activities not only in class but also outside the classroom. Contact parents and other people who can help. 9. Circulate around the class to ensure that students are on the right track and see do they need your help when they work in group or couples. Circulate around the class to ensure that students are on the right track and see do they need your help when they work in groups or couples. 10. Give the previous words students need to speak. 11. Diagnose problem issue by students who have difficulty speaking in the target language and provide more opportunities to practice speaking this language. Okay, next slide. According to your 1996, there are 3 criteria or successful teaching are: the first, student talk a lot; second, equitable participation; the third, high motivation. Kadila 2013 mentions some tips of media in general. There is audio, visual, and audiovisual. By using any film can send message with good material. For the research design at elementary school of 2 Ujung Batu, we have first test, 2 observation, 3 field notes, and 4 interview, and last video. Okay, next slide for finding and discussion. The first, finding. This research present describe the finding of the research. It is answer to research question of the whole animation movie can improve speaking skill at the 6th grade student elementary school to Ujung Batu, Riau. And what factors influence the change in the process of student speaking skill of animation movie at 6th grade student of elementary school to Ujung Batu, Riau? Okay, next, the extent of animation movie improves student speaking skill. By looking at the data analysis gathered during 2 cycles, it can be said that number heads together could improve the student. Okay, next, this is a data college about the improvement of the student speaking proficiency in each component from the average of speaking skill in every cycle. The first is indicator in speaking, the average of speaking. Speaking is skill cycle 1 and the average of speaking skill is cycle 2. The first, accent. Accent, the average 4.722 and the average of our speaking skill 4.8270. And grammar 5057 and speaking skill 5291 and vocabulary 592 and speaking skill 6334 and fluency 5224 and speaking skill 5519 and comprehension 9088 and 6407. Okay, next, this is the level of the student speaking skill based on their average score. Accent average, grammar average, vocabulary average, speaking skill is good, fluency average, comprehension average is good. This is we can summarize if speaking skill in vocabulary and comprehension is very good, and Accent, grammar, vocabulary, fluency, comprehension, and speaking skill cycle 1 is very average. Okay, next, this is the factor that influence the change of student speaking skill through animation movie. A. Animation movie. B. Material. C. Discussion. D. Practicing. And E. Teacher. So 5. Conclusion, implication, and suggestion. Conclusion. Based on the result of research or findings, it can be concluded that the first, animated film is useful media teaching and learning process and makes students motivated and actively involved in speaking activities. And the second, animation movies media help students develop better activities in student. And the third, animation film can be minimize facilitate of student in the teaching and learning process to speak. And the next, several factors influence the improvement of student speaking skill. The first, animated film. The choice of animation gives up to students also influence student improve speaking skill in this case because the students are elementary and these children. Okay. The second, material. The film's animation relate to the material about daily life activities. And the third, discussion. In discussion, students share about the meaning of a topic until they try to improve their understanding of the topic by answering questions related to the topic they like. And the fourth, practicing the improvement in student speaking skill in each cycle was also influenced by practice. And the last, teacher. In this case, the teacher dares to provide a model for students to present their topic and how to say some difficult words. Okay, the next, implication. Implication, they are one, to the research themselves. A. He should consider applying for animated film. B. He should consider adopting the relevant animation film. And the second, for teaching speaking in primary school, animation films can be an alternative medium for teaching speaking. And the B, use of animated film in this case can be a model for developing teaching speaking. And C, for the English curriculum for elementary school, this media can be used as info to design basic competence and teaching materials. And the next, suggestion. The suggestions are, it is hope that the English teacher at elementary school is recommended that the English teacher at elementary school. And the third, especially English teacher at primary school student to explore speak more helpfully. Okay, guys, I think enough for this presentation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.